Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wake Up Winchester. I'm Casey Dennis.
I'm Blake Shaw.
And today is October 29th, and we want to thank you for joining us on our show. Later on in our show, we'll be joined by Coach Greg Roberson, who is the coach of the freshman football team, and he'll be on to talk about the big win at the Lions Bowl. Actually finished the season 8-0, so undefeated. And yeah, that was a really big win for the Franklin County Rebels, and so we're excited to have him on our show to talk to us a little bit about that. But for right now, we're going to get started with some big shot birthdays. We have singer-actress Melba Moore, who is turning 68. Richard Dreyfuss from The Goodbye Girl is 66. We also have Kate Jackson from Charlie's Angels is 65. Dan Castellaneta, many voices of The Simpsons, including Homer, is 56. We also have Randy Jackson of The Jacksons is 52. Jolie Fisher is 46, Wyona Ryder is 42, and Gabrielle Union from Bring It On and City of Angels is turning 40 today. If October 29th is your birthday, then we're wishing you a happy birthday from the cast and crew of Wake Up Winchester.
That's right, and in some entertainment news, Gravity has now actually got pushed around by Bad Grandpa at the weekend box office. After 3 weeks on top, the Sandra Bullock sci-fi drama moved down to second place to make way for Bad Grandpa, which made $32 million. To date, Gravity has made close to $370 million worldwide.
So it'll be interesting to see that, after it's out of the movie theaters, which movie made better. But yep, that's right, it's at the top of the list. Underneath Gravity and Bad Grandpa, of course, is Captain Phillips, which is the Tom Hanks movie. Okay. And that is with $11.8 million. We also have The Counselor at number 4 with $8 million, and Cloudy with a Chance to Meatball still up there at $6.1 million. Underneath that, we have Carrie at $5.9, which just came into theater, I think, a couple weeks ago. So it's kind of slipped down the list pretty quickly. 1 week ago, or 1 year this week was 1 year ago this week, the number 1 movie was Argo. 5 years ago, it was High School Musical 3. 10 years ago, it was Scary Movie 3, and 20 years ago, it was Nightmare Before Christmas.
All right.
So that's kind of weird. But also we have some new movies in theaters this Friday. We have The Ender's Game, which is rated PG-13, and it's the international military seek out a leader who can save the human race from an alien attack. It has Harrison Ford, Haley Steinfeld, and Abigail Breslin. We also have Free Birds, which is rated PG, and it's kind of like a Thanksgiving themed movie. It's 2 turkeys from opposite sides of the tracks put aside their differences to team up and travel back in time to change the course of history and get turkey off the holiday menu. So this has the voice cast of Owen Wilson and Amy Poehler. We also have Las Vegas, which is also rated PG-13. It says 360-something friends take a break from their day-to-day lives to throw a bachelor party in Las Vegas for their last remaining single pal. This is Michael Douglas, Robert De Niro, and Morgan Freeman, who will be starring in this movie. Definitely.
I saw previews to that one, and
does it look funny?
Yeah, it looks really, really funny.
Well,
okay. It looks really funny. I'm gonna have to go see that. I'm gonna have to think, my mom likes Morgan Freeman too. She likes comedy. There's some that she you know what I'm saying? There's some that she likes and doesn't, but I think a lot of people will like that movie. I sat there cracked up just watching the previews for it.
Bad Grandpa, that's also a pretty funny movie too. So yeah,
but that's rated R, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, so
I'm guessing so, knowing the people who are in the movie. I think Johnny Knoxville. So I'm guessing it's rated R. But definitely, I need to catch up on some of these movies because I haven't been to the theater in a long time, and they've got some pretty good stuff coming out, and I want to catch them before they go out.
I hadn't seen Argo. I know that was on there. I think it was like last year this week. It was Argo, and I still hadn't seen that with Ben Affleck. And actually, I remember reading somewhere on Facebook that they may have started filming for that Ben Affleck Batman Superman movie. So I remember saying there was they were in they had a fight in the bathroom at one of the baseball stadiums, and people, when they there was a game the day they filmed, so they got there early, filmed before, and when people were leaving, they kind of saw something going on that looked like they had just filmed for that new Batman movie. So
rumors about that are definitely spreading around.
That's right. So actually, let's take a look now at this week's weather forecast.
It was actually a lot warmer than it was last week. As you can see, there is a slight % chance of rain throughout the week, especially on Thursday. We have a 60% chance of rain. And it gets colder in the weekend, of course. It's always seems how it is.
It seems how it goes. When we're in school, it's not that bad, but once once we get out of school and we have free time, it seems like it just drops. So
but tomorrow it was close to being almost 80 degrees, so hopefully it's nice that day.
It's been feeling good. The weather's just doing its own thing, I guess.
Well, we're getting close to the end of the year. There's actually only 63 days remaining of 2013, and we can both kind of agree that this year has gone by really quickly.
It's gone by, like the year itself plus the school year. So I mean, you know, just everything about it.
We're almost halfway over.
I know.
With all of school, that's so crazy to think about.
That's pretty awesome. I'm excited to go to college. And nervous, yeah. So join us here in a few more minutes for more Wake Up Winchester right after this commercial break.
Young man, we received an anonymous tip about an underage drinking party last night at this address. When teens drink on your property, you're responsible. Parents who host lose the most.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
So make sure you tune in for Sports Cafe on Wednesday and Thursday nights at 7 o'clock.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital. I feel like a fish with no water.
You know how to react to their asthma attacks. Here's how to prevent them. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor. Because even one attack is one too many.
A healthy tomorrow begins with a solid foundation at home. And there are simple ways to start your kids on a path to success. Eat dinner together. Add veggies to each meal. Save treats for special occasions. And be sure to get up and play an hour each day. Help your kids make all of their dreams come true. Be our guest to healthy living today at letsmove.gov.
Welcome back to Wake Up Winchester. We're now joined with freshman football coach Greg Roberson. So congratulations on your big Lions Bowl win. So could you kind of talk to us a little bit about the steps leading up to that game?
Well, first of all, you must be hurting for a guest to have me on. I've never been a guest with the students in 14 years, so.
Well,
I guess freshman football is a good reason to be on here, though. The freshman football team went undefeated, 8-0, had a big game last Thursday night, Tullahoma Lions Bowl. We defeated Shelbyville, come from behind victory, 22-20, to cap off a perfect season, and it's the first undefeated season we've had at the new high school with the freshman team. Had a couple of teams only lose one game. I know one of our assistant coaches, Craig Watson, when he was a freshman, they lost their first game and then won the rest of them and lost in the Lions Bowl. But this is the first one to go undefeated.
So who do you think, what do you think was the highlight of the Lions Bowl game that kind of brought you back ahead?
Well, there were a lot of highlights. You know, when we started the season, the kids had some goals. They wanted to go undefeated. They wanted to go to the Lions Bowl, and they accomplished all their goals. But in the game itself, we were sort of behind the 8 ball to start with, because going into the game, we were coming off a fall break. We played Monday a fall break against Coffee County, and then I had so many kids go out of town for fall break, we didn't have practice the week before the Lions Bowl. And in our last game, we had 2 of our starting running backs get hurt, Dylan Latham and Nathan Keebach. And when you only have 6 running backs to start with and you lose 2 starters, that makes it tough. So, you know, in the game itself, we were shorthanded, didn't have as much practice as we would like to have had, and we fell behind early. We just didn't play well in the first half, and In the second half, we challenged the team, and they came back and played the way they're capable of playing, and we pulled off the win. But there were a lot of big plays in the game. We had some big interceptions. You know, Shane Smith, Michael Leslie, also Brooks, Isaiah Brooks, all three had big interceptions during the game. Michael Leslie, one of the running backs, normally gets about 18 carries a game. And in the Lions Bowl, you know, he had to make up for the absence of the other two guys, and he carried the ball 36 times for over 200 yards. And he also made a diving one-handed catch for a touchdown pass. I mean, there were a lot of big plays in the game.
So who do you think throughout this entire season was your toughest opponent, the one that you think, you know, you went in thinking, I don't know, and then you came out on top?
Well, they were all tough. NGA probably going to into the season we thought would be the toughest, and they were real tough. That's 9th grade academy, and a few weeks ago we had to go down to their place. It's tough playing down there. It was their homecoming, and we won that game 22-13 something. It was a touchdown win, but a great ball game. They ended up having a pretty good season. You know, we beat Shelbyville earlier in the season 38-7. And I knew it wouldn't be as easy the second time we played them in the bowl game. It's tough to beat a team twice in 1 year, and that proved to be tough. You know, we were down at the halftime, and in the bowl game, that was the only game all year we've trailed at halftime. So that, you know, you don't know how the kids are going to react to that. But like I said, we challenged them, and they came back and had a great game. You know, Coach Brewer, who is the defensive coordinator on the freshman team, he's been a head varsity coach at a couple of different schools, and really couldn't have had this much success this year without him, because he's a very knowledgeable guy, works hard, watches a lot of film. He made a big difference. You know, the fans were great this year. I mean, we had a large crowd at the bowl game, and they were really loud, and they really got the kids pumped up. And I haven't seen that kind of atmosphere in a game in a long time, and it was really neat.
So what do you or some of your players do to kind of pump up the team before the game starts, kind of get their adrenaline going, get them excited for the game?
Well, you know, with playing in the Lions Bowl, that's enough to get you excited. You're playing for an undefeated season. You're playing in the Lions Bowl. There was a lot to play for. It didn't take much to get them pumped up, ready to play. I just think they had a lack of focus in the first half, and they weren't concentrating on the game, and that's why things didn't start off well. But fortunately, they got it together at halftime, and I had a few things to say to get them pumped up at halftime that we won't go into, but it worked, and they came back and won the game. So if this team stays together, Franklin County varsity football ought to be pretty good the next few years. You know, our job as freshman coaches is to, A, bring kids from north and south, bring them together and make them be a team. Number two, our job is to teach them what the varsity does offensively and defensively. And then third on that list is win games, and we were fortunate to do all three.
How did you get started with teaching or coaching the freshman football team?
Well, that's a good question. The 14 years that I've been teaching, I've either coached freshmen or varsity. I'm getting older, so a few years ago I made the decision I'd rather coach freshmen because it's not a 7-day-a-week job like varsity is. And Coach Carr, when he took over, I had been doing the freshman and varsity with Coach Atkins, and I volunteered to do freshman for Coach Carr, and that's how that came about.
Do you feel that they're easier to coach?
I feel that they're harder to coach. Freshmen are a little immature, and as far as maturity level, varsity is easier.
But it's because I think one of the biggest things I'd see is like north and south, they always have the rivals. So is it really hard to kind of bring them together to create the Franklin County team, or do they still have their north and south rivals throughout the season?
When it starts out, it's a little tough. You know, we try to get the guys together early in the season. We have voluntary workouts, which means in an open weight room, which means starting in February, the kids from north and south can volunteer to come over and work out in our weight room. And that's when we start trying to put aside north and south, and you're now Franklin County. And, you know, normally it seems like 2 or 3 games into a freshman season, it finally clicks and they work together as a team. But for once this year, they came together earlier, and that proved to be a difference in our season.
Are there any really proud moments that you can think of besides just winning the Lions Bowl throughout the season?
Wow, well, there were a lot of them. I mean, winning an overtime game against Cookville earlier in the season was huge. defeating NGA, which we haven't done in a few years, was huge. And of course, always beating Tullahoma is a big moment, and we spanked them pretty good. and of course, the Lions Bowl. There were a lot of great moments. This was a special team, a lot of good guys, and again, you know, we seem to lose guys in the transition from freshman to sophomore year. It happens every year, not just here, but at every school, where guys that play on a freshman team don't go on the next level to play varsity. And we've really encouraged these guys to all stay together and all try to play again next year, because with the talent that's coming back, again, I think Franklin County is going to be pretty good in the next few years.
So again, congratulations on your big Lions Bowl win. We'd like to thank you for being on our show,
No problem.
filling in for us. So we'll be right back to Wake Up Winchester right after this.
Bring out the action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't, because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family. So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to Wake Up Winchester. Again, we'd like to thank Coach Greg Roberson for being on our show to talk to us a little bit about the win at the Lions Bowl and their whole entire season. And again, a big congratulations to them for going undefeated the entire season.
Right.
It's a big accomplishment. But we'd also like to mention some other things that are going on in Winchester right now, some community news. Tonight, actually, there's going to be the 2013 Franklin County Halloween Festival, and it's going to be at the school from 6 to 9 p.m. And it's supposed to be a spooktacular night, including food, games, prizes, a costume contest, silent auction, and there's going to be a haunted hallway, so kind of like a haunted house inside one of our hallways here, and free candy. And the tickets are on sale at the door for $5. Children ages 12 and under must be accompanied by an adult.
So also, I remember I worked that the very first year they had it, and it went well. And I think I hadn't been able to go back yet, but I think they've made some really good improvements. From what I've heard, that it's each year they've done it, it's just gotten a little bit better, a little bit more spooktacular, I guess you could say. So also, we like to say that Campora Family Resource Center is now accepting Christmas Angel applications for children's clothing. Please call to schedule an appointment to apply by calling 931-967-7825. And participants are required to attend a 1-hour orientation before applying for assistance, and that will be held Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 1 to 2 p.m. and also on Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. and that continues through November 25th.
We'd also like to mention about the Frozen Assets campaign that is running with the new shelter campaign for the Animal Harbor. It's their efforts to move into a new shelter, a bigger shelter, because we are a shelter that doesn't actually put any animals to sleep, so we do need a lot of new room. And they're in the process right now of moving into the new shelter, so they're needing a little bit more help. The Frozen Assets campaign is actually where they are making a bunch of foods that are going to be frozen and sold, and that are for the holiday time, that you can kind of just warm up if you are maybe busy and you don't have time to cook the food, or if maybe you're not so good of a cook or something like that. But you can go on their website to check out the full menu. It has a lot of great things on there. It's a full menu, basically. It's a lot of foods on there. So definitely encourage everybody to check that out, and that will be on the animalharbor.com's website.
That's right. So also there will be a hometown hoedown on Saturday, November 2nd at the Winchester Red Roof Pavilion from 4 to 8 p.m. Admission for adults is $10 and children under 10 is $5. They will have live music, a cakewalk, auction, and chili, stew, and hot dogs. This is presented by Almost Home. So, I'm not sure exactly what all kind of dancing I assume is going to be down there, but I mean, Yeah, there's a lot of events going on right now. We also have the Halloween in the Park at the Monterey Station in Cowan, Tennessee, which is going to be on Halloween night from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And it says bring the kids for a night of costumes, games, contests, and treats, and an old-fashioned Halloween fun. Also, on November 2nd, there's going to be a fall festival for the Clark Memorial School, and all of the proceeds actually go to the school. I don't know if they have a costume contest, but I know that there's food there, and there's also going to be a lot of games and prizes that you can win, door prizes, and they set their whole gym as a haunted house. So it's definitely something to check out. I know they've been doing this for a couple years now, and it seems, like you said about our haunted hallway, it seems to be getting better and better. That's right, and also the 2014 Cumberland Presbyterian Youth Missions is collecting shoes for all types, conditions, and sizes of shoes. You can drop donations in bins at Franklin County Chamber of Commerce or Cumberland Presbyterian Church lobby. Also on the 31st, there will be Halloween at Babe Ruth Park. They need candy and businesses to hand out the candy. November 11th, Ed Jones, 50 Years of Fire Service at Deckard City Hall. And December 14th, Deckard Christmas Parade, hot chocolate and cookies in park at 5 o'clock p.m. We also have a Christmas craft sale going on November 2nd as well. A lot of things going on that day. 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and it's going to be at the Franklin County Senior Citizen Center, which is directly behind the Winchester, Tennessee Hospital. It has a variety of crafters, bake sales, serving a breakfast and a southern lunch with beans, greens, and cornbread. And also, real fast, that shoe collection I mentioned is will end tomorrow. So just tomorrow's the last day to drop off those old shoes. So definitely encourage everybody to, because everyone has those shoes that they don't wear, and that goes for a really great cause. We also have the holiday market, which is going to be held at the Franklin County Annex on November 15th and the 16th from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. on the 15th and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the 16th. And it has handcrafted things. Also, there's going to be over 25 vendors there, home decor, jewelry, children's books, holiday decor, food, and much more. We actually had the Southern Tennessee ladies come on and talk to us a little bit about this. This is the first year they're making this a public event, and there's going to be a lot of different things there, like I mentioned before, makeup, jewelry, all kinds of different things. Yes, food. Food. And there's also going to be things for children as well. So encourage everybody to go out there. All the proceeds to that actually go to the scholarship that the Southern Tennessee Ladies Society does every year. So not only is it a great way to get all your holiday shopping done at one time, but it's also a great way to kind of help out with some scholarships, some local scholarships. That's right. So now in some more non-community entertainment news, completely going off here. There's a lot going on. There is. But Chris Brown has actually been jailed on a felony assault charge. Singer Chris Brown and a bodyguard were arrested Sunday morning and charged with felony assault. Brown and bodyguard Christopher Hollisey were allegedly involved in an altercation with another man outside W Hotel in Washington, D.C. The alleged victim was taken to a hospital for treatment of the injuries.
See, this seems to be like a reoccurring thing with him.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's probably good that he's kind of locked away now because this is such a reoccurring thing that
it's just, he just doesn't learn.
Him. Yeah.
But also, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air alum Alfonso Ribeiro and his wife Angela now have a little prince of their own. The couple welcomed the baby boy Alfonso Ribeiro Jr. on Sunday.
What a name.
Yeah, I know. Such a classic name. I don't really hear Alfonso that much though. So.
And then the last name along with that Junior, that's just going to be.
Yeah, and I know when my cousin had her baby, she named him Aiden, and she thought that was going to, it's a nice name. She thought that was going to be unique, and then it turns out that was one of the top baby names for when her kid was born. So,
So
I mean,
she thought it was going to be unique.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people thinking that then.
Yeah, I guess so, but I guess also there's been some tension between Kelly Osbourne and Lady Gaga, and I'm not sure what started all that, but I guess Kelly Osbourne had a birthday or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I guess Lady Gaga kind of sent her a birthday cake or something by her, with the use of her mom doing it or something like that, and it just didn't go over well. But I guess Osbourne tweeted not to be ungrateful. That's going to be bad after someone says something like that. But why would you send me a birthday cake via my mother in a country half the world away? Hashtag just send it to me. Hashtag love not war. So.
I swear Twitter is like the root of all celebrity drama and wars.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny just to look. And I guess going along with that, today's actually Internet Day. Not going along with that, it's also National Cat Day and Oatmeal Day. So yeah.
And what was that last one?
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
Yeah.
I haven't had oatmeal in a long time. And again, on completely off topic, but David Beckham had a stroke of bad luck as he was leaving his home Saturday afternoon. The former soccer player got into a car accident as he pulled out of the driveway in his Beverly Hills home, reportedly crashing into another SUV. David's 14-year-old son, Brooklyn, was also in the car, but they both walked away unscratched. There's been a lot of wrecks going on.
I know that there was a really bad wreck actually in Winchester, not happening with David Beckham.
Right.
But over the weekend.
Like going to Tullahoma and that's
yes.
I think, because it was
backed up for a while.
Yeah, it was. We were going to Applebee's, and the car was on fire.
Oh
and
my
everything.
Goodness. So
I
hope
don't,
everybody who was involved with that is okay.
I don't know what all happened, but I heard that it wasn't actually a wreck, that something just happened under the hood to cause it to catch fire. So like I said, that's just a rumor I heard. I don't actually know what happened. But if I heard correctly, everyone got out okay. And we had to take a long detour into Tullahoma.
But safety first. I'm hoping everybody who was involved with that is either fine, safe and sound, or they are recovering well. Yeah. But I hope that we update you on your community news and a little bit of entertainment news. We'd also, again, like to thank Greg Roberson for being on our show and talking to us about the win. We'd also, again, like to mention that the Frozen Assets campaign is still going on. Also, the holiday market is going on soon, too. There's a lot of things happening in Winchester right now. We're going to hope that we can keep you updated with all of your community news. But for right now, if you have any questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on our show, you can email us at wakeupwinchester@fcrebels.com. I'm Casey Dennis.
I'm Blake Shaw.
Thanks for watching.